Hey, welcome to Chasing Jesus. We're so glad that you're joining us, and we hope that you'll subscribe below to be a part of our online community. Parents, let's be real for a moment. Kids can be pretty bold when it comes to making requests and demands. Have you ever had a toddler that demands a certain color cup or plate before they'll eat lunch or dinner? Or maybe one of your children is trying to have a sleepover with a friend, and so they scheme together to plan how to ask and when to ask, and will go so far as to pack a bag of clothes just so they can eliminate any reason that you might say no. Our kids recently had report cards sent home, and as soon as they walked in the door, they had report cards in hand and reminded us that we had promised they would be rewarded if everyone got good grades. My name is Jordan. Let's talk about childlike faith. I think one of the main reasons God gives us children is because we can catch little glimpses about how He feels about us and how He relates to us. There are so many parenting moments that direct us back to the heart of God. And it's pretty obvious that God has a heart for children. In Matthew chapter 18, the disciples came up to Jesus and asked Him, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" Verses 2 through 5 give us Jesus' answer. He called a small child and had him stand among them. "Truly I tell you," He said, "unless you turn and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child, this one is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever welcomes one child like this in my name welcomes me." Our children know that we can be trusted. We'll provide all of the basic needs that they have in order to survive: food, clothing, shelter, water. Fortunately, our children have never had to go thirsty, hungry, or naked. Most of the time, we take care of their needs before they even mention them to us. They can expect 3 meals a day on the table and snacks in the pantry in between. If we notice shoes are getting worn out, we buy them new ones. And we proactively buy new clothes as they need new sizes. They know that we love them, and they know that we'll take care of them. As believers, we should have the same confidence, or even greater confidence, in our Father in heaven. Matthew chapter 6 talks about this very thing. "Therefore I tell you, don't worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Isn't life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Consider the birds of the sky. They don't sow or reap or gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Aren't you worth more than they? Can any of you add one moment to His lifespan by worrying? And why do you worry about clothes? Observe how the wild flowers of the field grow. They don't labor or spin thread. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was adorned like one of these. If that's how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and thrown into the furnace tomorrow, won't He do much more for you?" God knows exactly what we need, and He knows exactly when we need it. I'll take it one step further. We used to joke about our littlest one, Mira. She's a year old now, and one of our favorite things to do with her from the time that she was born is go on long walks together. In those first few months, she slept through most of the stroller rides. We laughed because she would wake up either inside a restaurant or at the bank because we were out running errands, or she ended up back in her crib, and she would be so confused about how in the world she got there. But what sweet and innocent trust she placed in us. She knew that we would take her where she needed to go and that she would end up exactly where she needs to be. She didn't have to have one care or one worry in the world. We took care of everything. There is so much safety and security and rest in knowing that someone loves you and is for you no matter what. God knows what we need, even more so than we do. He knows exactly where we need to be and what doors need to be open to us at the right time. Our children just ask, without thought or care of what resources we may or may not have. They don't ask to see our budget or consider if we have enough money to buy sports equipment or school supplies or new clothes. In fact, there are times that we, as earthly parents, have to remind our children that our resources are not unlimited. So there are nights that we need to eat at home instead of going out to Chick-fil-A. And there are times that we may have to skip out on the movies and stay home instead. But our children don't naturally consider those things. They don't think about our limitations, and our limitations certainly don't prevent them from asking boldly. How much more willing should we be to go before our Father and ask boldly? He's not limited by resources. He owns everything. Matthew chapter 7 says, "Who among you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him?" We are frail, imperfect, human parents. But any parent knows that you try your best to provide for your children. You're willing to do anything within your power to make sure they have the things that they need. But you also really enjoy it when you get to treat them and do the things that they want. As you pray to your Father in heaven, keep in mind that He absolutely loves taking care of your needs. And I think that He even enjoys giving you the things that your heart just desires. And that's the cool part. As you spend more time with Him, you become more like Him, and your desires become more like His desires. So of course, He is so willing to lavish you with His love and His goodness. Our prayer is that you'll continue chasing Jesus and allow Him to take you back to childlike faith, a simple trust in a Father who loves you and wants good things for you. We'll see you guys next time. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Consider liking and subscribing below, and share the video with somebody that you know that may need a reminder of God's goodness.